Hey, Laura here. So, October market stats. I'm going to share with you what data points we have for end of September as compared to August and how that's looking for the Denver housing market. And I've got my little cozy sweater on. I don't know about you, but I am happy for just a slight change in weather here. It's been a super hot summer. Um, but back to the data. So I've got a few things kind of talking about days on market and how that affects close price. But overall, I just want to start by saying right now we are seeing kind of the least competitive time frame that we've seen all year. So that is really good news for buyers. I do foresee that next spring, as it is typical, we will see an increase in inventory as well as demand. Buyers are just always, we've always seen an increase in demand in the spring months going into summer. People don't love to move in the fall, winter. So if you are looking, this is a great time, and I'll follow that up with some numbers. Okay, so days on market. So average days on market right now is at 13. So if you're looking at homes, it's going to be, you're going to be looking at the homes going under contract either that first weekend or the weekend after on average. 62% of homes are going under contract in 7 days or less. So that's a big chunk. Although it is down from spring, which was 87% of homes going under contract in that first weekend. So as I said, we're seeing a slightly less competitive environment. Whereas earlier this year, you would have seen maybe 20 offers on a home. Now you're seeing two, three, four, five, potentially, depending on the situation. So that is good news for buyers. How days on market affects close price. So if you're going under contract in the first 7 days, that first weekend, the average is 4.3% over asking. So we are still seeing, homes are, like I said, a little bit more competitive than they typically are in the market generally, year over year. And so we are seeing that slight increase. I'm actually also still seeing, just on a firsthand basis, homes going for 10% or so over. So that is quite a big number, depending on the home size you're looking at, home price overall. However, if you are looking for a deal, that's still an opportunity here in Denver. So if you are looking at a home that has been up over 8 days, so just 1 week live, on average, those homes are going for 5% below asking. So if you want to have make a deal, definitely look at those homes that have been up for 7 days or more. And for sellers, I want to mention this too. What this means, so I'll just repeat those numbers real quick for you. 4.3 over asking if you're going that first weekend. If your home stays up for 8 days or more, 8 to 14 days, the home is going to be sold for, on average, 5% under asking. What this means for sellers is it's imperative that you price properly the first time, either at the market or even just slightly under, because you're going to generate a little bit more competition. And also, some buyers are keeping in mind that there's this price increase and they're only looking at homes that are slightly under their budget, so they have that room to go up. So just keep that in mind. And one other thing I just want to mention before my video cuts me off is the bubble going to burst? I get this question a lot. I do not believe so. I have talked to many experts. I've watched tons of videos, and this is by far the most asked question. And we are all on the same page that there's no bubble to burst. The key issue here is that we have such a lack of inventory, which has not been the case in years prior. And so there's just this really big gap between supply and demand. There were only 3,000 or 3,300 homes, detached and attached combined, available in September, compared to a fully balanced market, which would see you at 20,000 to 30,000, somewhere in there. As you can see, that's just a huge gap. So I just wanted to mention that. I think, for everyone that's been looking this year, if you got frustrated with where the market was at earlier this year, you would be very excited about kind of how it's been softening just slightly this fall. And I'd love to talk to you more if you have any questions about the market or any of the specific stats that I mentioned. So text me or email me or call me if you have any questions. Hope you'll have a great day and are enjoying the first few weeks of fall.